You know that moment when you finally pieced your life back together after a narcissist's chaos? Boundaries are up, your gut instincts are sharp, and you're standing tall in your own power. But then, bam, they reappear with some dramatic sob story that tugs at your empathy, making you second guess if walking away was really the right call. What if I told you this isn't just bad luck or coincidence? It's a deliberate, shadowy ploy straight out of Carl Jung's playbook on the human psyche. The last desperate trick narcissists pull when they realize you are too strong to manipulate anymore. Stick around, because we're about to unpack 5 insidious tactics they use in this final stand, inspired by Jung's deep dives into the ego and the shadow self. And trust me, the 5th one? It's the eye-opener that could finally set your inner compass straight for good. Let's embark on this journey together. Like old friends navigating a foggy path, you're not alone in this. Carl Jung, that brilliant explorer of the mind's hidden corners, saw narcissists not as mere egomaniacs, but as souls trapped in their own inflated illusions, desperately avoiding their inner shadows. When you start healing, reclaiming your energy, no longer feeding their need for control, it's like flipping a switch in their world. Jung described this as a power inversion, where your growing strength exposes their fragility, stirring up envy and fear. Picture it like a crumbling castle. They've built their empire on dominance, but your independence is the earthquake shaking the foundations. It's not about genuine connection. It's about preserving their facade to hide the emptiness Jung called the unlived life. In my own experience, after years of tiptoeing around a narcissistic ex, I finally started prioritizing my peace. Therapy sessions, journaling my wins, even small acts like saying no without guilt. That's when the real games began. Jung's insights reveal they don't just fade away. They ramp up manipulations to drag you back. Over the next few minutes, we'll map out these tactics like a treasure hunt through the psyche, helping you spot them before they pull you off course. Ready to shine a light on the shadows? Tactic 1. The feigned crisis, where they manufacture emergencies to exploit your compassion. Jung warned that narcissists, sensing your unshakable boundaries, weaponize vulnerability to invert the power dynamic, making you the rescuer while they play the victim. It's like they're casting a spell from their shadow self, projecting their chaos onto you to regain control. Remember that time you were thriving, maybe landing a new job or rebuilding friendships, and suddenly they text about a life or death issue? In my journey, an old narcissistic colleague once claimed a family tragedy right when I was pulling away professionally. It pulled me back in for weeks until I realized it was exaggerated. Jung's take? This tactic preys on your innate empathy, disrupting your individuation process. To counter it, pause and ask yourself, is this real or a hook? Journal the patterns. It creates a mental map to stay grounded. But here's a mini tease. If this feels familiar, wait until we hit Tactic 3. It gets even sneakier. Tactic 2. Gaslighting your strength, subtly undermining your confidence to make you doubt your progress. Drawing from Jung's concept of projection, they accuse you of being cold or selfish for setting boundaries, mirroring their own flaws back at you. Imagine your mind as a clear glass of water. They stir in mud to cloud your clarity, hoping you'll question if you're really as strong as you feel. I've been there. After going no contact with a narcissistic family member, they spread whispers that I was too independent and heartless, which made me waver until I revisited Jung's writings on the persona versus the true self. This tactic aims to erode your self-trust, pulling you back into their orbit for validation. Fight back by affirming your growth. Try daily mantras like, "My strength is my truth," or discuss it with a trusted friend. Rhetorically speaking, isn't it wild how their attacks reveal more about them than you? And speaking of revelations, if you're nodding along, hit that subscribe button now. Our channel dives deeper into these Jungian journeys every week, so activate notifications to never miss a guidepost on your path. Let's keep building that inner resilience together. Tactic 3. Hoovering with false promises, sucking you back in with vows of change that evaporate like mist. Jung observed this as a desperate grab for supply, where the narcissist temporarily masks their shadow to mimic the connection you crave. It's akin to a mirage in the desert, enticing but ultimately dehydrating your spirit. Picture them showing up with apologies, gifts, or plans for use time, only to revert once you're hooked. On my path, a former partner promised therapy and growth after I asserted my independence, but it was all smoke. Jung would say it's their ego fighting individuation. This erodes your boundaries over time, so spot it by tracking actions over words. Set a 30-day proof period before engaging. Ever wonder why these promises feel so intoxicating? It's the hook of hope, but resisting it aligns your compass northward. Tactic 4. Smear campaigns, turning your social circle against you to isolate and weaken your support. Jung linked this to the collective unconscious, where narcissists broadcast distorted narratives to preserve their superior image, envying your authentic connections. Think of it as them poisoning the well you drink from, forcing you to question alliances. I recall a narcissistic friend who, upon my newfound assertiveness, whispered lies to mutual acquaintances. It isolated me until I leaned on Jung's advice to confront shadows head-on by nurturing real bonds. The goal? To make you reliant on them again. Counter by documenting facts and sharing your truth calmly with allies. Rebuild with groups like support forums. Isn't it fascinating how their fear of your light drives such darkness? But hold on. The 5th tactic ties it all together in a way that might just liberate you. Tactic 5. Derailing your journey's impact, where their cumulative manipulations target your soul's growth, as Jung found most alarming. When they see your unbreakable strength, they amplify envy, aiming to halt your individuation, the sacred process of wholeness. Jung revealed they covet your progress because it spotlights their abandoned potential. They've traded authenticity for control. This envy turns interactions into soul battles, fostering self-doubt that whispers, maybe helping them is noble, potentially unraveling your hard-won peace. The effect? It can stall your path, reinforcing their power illusion. But here's the game changer. Resisting affirms your freedom, like recalibrating your inner compass amid a storm. In my experience, grasping this let me choose authenticity over obligation. Try Jung's differentiated compassion. Empathize without rescuing. Set ironclad boundaries and surround yourself with uplifting souls. Your journey isn't selfish, it's your birthright. Ever felt that pull? Recognizing it is the key to true liberation. In reflecting on Carl Jung's profound teachings, remember, these 5 tactics, from feigned crises to derailing your journey, only gain traction if we dim our own light. Narcissist's final dirty trick thrives on our forgotten worth. But by mapping these shadows, you reclaim the wheel of your life. Your strength isn't a burden, it's your hidden superpower, guiding you toward the wholeness Jung championed. As he wisely noted, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Let that echo in your steps forward. No trick can dim a soul that's awake. Thank you for walking this path with me today. If one of these tactics hit home, drop it in the comments. Which one have you faced and how did you navigate it? Your story might light the way for someone else in the shadows. And hey, if this resonated, subscribe now and ring that bell. Our next video explores 5 silent signs your soul is begging you to wake up, popping up on screen. Let's keep uncovering these insights together. Your journey matters.